What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about the Walking Dead Entertainment Weekly issue for the August. Came out August 5th. I just read my copy right now, and it's pretty cool. They give some stuff away. You just got to read between the lines, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to break some stuff down, some of the text in there too, which shows some spoilers actually that they didn't think they would get away with, but they kind of snuck in there if you read clearly on it. So look at the spoilers. If you don't want to know, stop watching now, because we're going to highlight, analysis, break down some of the main points of there that I think are pretty important. Now here's the article itself. It's a 6-page spread, I think 5 with text. 1 is a picture of just Negan with the bat coming down on you. If you can't see this, pause it, zoom in, search for it online or something, or pick up the magazine. It's worth picking up. I'll recommend it for sure. So basically they talk about a couple of different things, and they do maybe give some away, maybe not. So let's talk about it here. So AMC threatened litigation against the Spoiling Loving fan site. The Spoiling Dead fans, as we know, is attempting to post the identity of the victim. I don't think they were doing anything malicious, but AMC is going to keep the identity as much as they can. Gimbel won't directly comment about that, but he says any steps taken by him and the network are for one reason and one reason only: to preserve the audience's experience. And I get it, I understand, but what about you going through Shop AMC and cutting down the monetization of YouTube channels on there too? So if that's what Fear the Fair Use is all about. That's not fair for AMC to come in and talk about us and take our monetization away from our channel. So I'm not agreeing with that, but I see where they're coming from, protecting the things of Abraham and Glenn. But Norman Reedus says it affects the group completely differently. Some relinquish power, some accept it, some fight it. There are people pointing their fingers, there are people blaming themselves, other things happen that destroy people. The group is completely broken apart at this point, Norman Reedus says. So I see it as some fight it, some relinquish power, some pointing fingers, and that's going to be Spencer, and it could be Sasha as well, because in the comic Maggie punches Rick. I could see Sasha doing that because Maggie's in no shape for that, and Sasha and Maggie bond after their people die of Glenn and Abraham. A scene that Nicotero teases will have more in it than seen in the comic book. So more in it. So 2 people die, Glenn and Abraham. I think of that too. Of course, season 7 is not about who dies, it's about what the death or deaths could do to those who live. Or deaths. The same cannot be said for at least one individual from Negan's lineup in regards to Morgan being alive with Carol, and some of your characters that you've grown to love are not going to be on the show anymore, and it's going to end badly for them. Characters and them. So characters, plural, bad for them, plural. So there you go. 2 victims. Again, I'm going with Glenn and Abraham for various reasons. Check out our other videos on there too. We talk about the latest thing of why it's Glenn and Abe. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan said, I'll say this. You have to be careful of what you wish for, audience, because you're going to get those answers and more, and you're probably not going to be happy with it. So Jeffrey Dean Morgan is saying when it comes back, you're going to get all those answers and more. So you're going to get the victim and possibly another victim. They're going to go from there, and you're not going to be happy with who dies. I'm not happy about the fact that it's going to be Glenn and Abraham, but that's what the spoilers are saying, and I'm getting used to it. And again, I thought it was Glenn from the very beginning because they have to do the iconic comic book death. They have to do it. It just has to be done just to replicate something so big in the comics on the show. But to throw Abraham in there, that's shock value. It's kind of crazy on there too. And I'm the person that says they should have killed one of the people in the mid-season or the season finale, and then came back with a premiere and killed the other one. So that's Entertainment Weekly in a nutshell. There's way more material in there. They talk about the Kingdom and Shiva and the Sanctuary and other stuff there too. And the article is pretty good. It's worth picking up. I think it's a good actual magazine for looking at some Entertainment Weekly about The Walking Dead. They usually do a good job on there as well. You can look online for it if the article is there for you too. They got some good pictures in there. Nothing too crazy if you haven't seen them on there, but it's worth picking up a magazine. I don't know who reads a magazine nowadays, but look at the picture here. This is the one in the actual article. I think it's kind of interesting that there's 2 bats that are touching Negan. And it's Glenn's, Stephen Yun, and Michael Cutlass Abrahams are definitely touching Negan. Is that a sign? Let us know, guys. Thank you.